5 signs you're absorbing a lot of negative energy from your surroundings. The environment has its own character. But one thing you should know, every environment must have good and bad influences that surround it. It's just a matter of how smart you are to carry yourself so that you don't get dragged into negative things. Because absorbing a lot of negative energy from the surrounding environment can affect the balance of your life, you know. As a precautionary measure, let's recognize 5 signs that you have absorbed a lot of negative energy from the environment. 1. Always sticking to other people's demands. Everyone has their own standards. Sometimes those standards are also imposed on you. You are only said to be successful if you follow his standards. Even though you are not necessarily comfortable living up to these standards. One of the signs that you are absorbing too much negative energy from your surroundings is being fixated on other people's demands. You just follow the standards set by others without thinking. Even though you also have the right to set your own standards of achievement. 2. Listening to other people's comments that put you down. Other people's comments cannot be prevented. Starting from comments that are constructive to demeaning them. Our challenge is to sort out these comments so that they don't burden our minds. Beware when you hear too many derogatory comments. This is a sign that you are absorbing too much negative energy. Listening to comments that are less than wise actually diminishes self-confidence. 3. Getting carried away by toxic social flows. Every environment has its own social flow. And you also have the right to join which social flow. As much as possible, follow the flow of inspirational relationships that can take you in a better direction. But what happens if you get carried away by toxic social flows? This is a sign that you are absorbing too much negative energy from the surrounding environment. The flow of toxic socializing makes your life chaotic with no definite direction. 4. Falling into a bad culture. We cannot isolate ourselves from the surrounding culture. The only way is to sort out carefully so that you can fortify yourself from bad culture. But sometimes we can't do that either. Being a person who easily falls into a bad culture is a sign that you absorb too much negative energy. Seeing the environment that is lazy, you also lazy. Even though a bad culture will only reduce the quality of your life. 5. No longer behave according to manners. The discussion about manners is endless. Especially when you enter an environment with diverse habits and cultures. It is not uncommon for manners to be abandoned. It would be nice if you start to forget about manners. Unconsciously you have absorbed too much negative energy from the surrounding environment. You are dragged into a social flow that no longer recognizes the value of politeness. The surrounding environment can also bring a variety of negative energies. You must have a high level of vigilance so that you don't forget yourself. Absorbing too much negative energy can reduce your quality. Now let's introspect. How much do you absorb negative energy from the surrounding environment?